If you're thinking rich, think again. Most of us equate wealth with tall skyscrapers, luxury cars, and private jets. But believe it or not, Mr. Humble Beginnings over here has gotten beat. In fact, if you peeked into his humble abode back in 19, you'd have found him living in a house worth less than $250,000 in today's money. Sure, it might seem like a steal considering this man, John Davidson Rockefeller, was worth $900 million at the time, which would be over $26 billion today. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Welcome to the channel. It is time to explore the surprisingly small abode of one of history's wealthiest men and find out what secrets it holds about his life. Picture this: a 5-bedroom, 9-bathroom house at 148 East 64th Street between Park and Lexington Avenues. It looked like any other affluent Upper East Side residence. In fact, it blended seamlessly into its surroundings. Upon entering, you'd find yourself in a grand foyer adorned with intricate architectural details. The heart of the home. The drawing room boasted oversized windows, letting natural light pour in, and highlighting the elegant furnishings. The dining room reflected the Rockefellers' refined taste, with its exquisite tableware and centerpieces gracing the massive mahogany table. Upstairs, the bedrooms exuded comfort and sophistication with plush carpets and vintage 4-poster beds. But what truly set them apart were the views. Imagine waking up to vistas of Central Park or the bustling city streets below. And let's not forget about the bathrooms. Tiled floors, claw-footed tubs, and gilded mirrors added a touch of old-world charm. Stepping outside, you'd discover a haven of tranquility. A lush garden oasis, complete with fountains and sculptures hidden away from the city's clamor. But wait, there's more. The house wasn't just a place to live. It also functioned as a hub of social activity. You could easily imagine hosting lavish parties with renowned artists and intellectuals like Albert Einstein and Thomas Mann gracing the guest list. Indeed, the Rockefellers weren't shy about sharing their opulent abode with the DeLave Society. In fact, they delighted in throwing extravagant soirees that became the talk of the town. The drawing room would come alive with the tinkling of piano keys as renowned musicians filled the space with their melodies. The dining room would be transformed into a banquet hall, serving delectable dishes prepared by a team of chefs. And as the evening drew on, the ballroom would erupt in lively conversations and laughter as guests mingled with the city's most influential figures. These gatherings weren't just social events. They were showcases of the Rockefellers' cultural patronage and their commitment to the arts. They provided a platform for emerging artists and thinkers to connect with established names, fostering an environment of creativity and intellectual exchange. In the midst of all this opulence and glamour, you might wonder how John D. Rockefeller himself lived within the mansion's grand walls. Well, despite being one of the richest men of his time, his living quarters were surprisingly modest. His bedroom, though spacious and tastefully decorated, lacked the ostentatious displays of wealth one might expect. The same could be said about his study, a place where decisions that impacted economies and industries were made. It was a testament to the fact that Rockefeller, despite his immense wealth, preferred to maintain a certain level of simplicity in his daily life. His choice of residence reflects this philosophy, offering a glimpse into the man behind the fortune. In a way, the house became a symbol of his values, demonstrating that grandeur and humility can coexist. It stands as a reminder that true wealth isn't just about material possessions or lavish lifestyles, but also about the principles and ethics that guide one's journey to success. The next time you envision a rich lifestyle, don't just picture towering mansions and sprawling estates. Think of the understated elegance of the Rockefellers' abode, where opulence met simplicity and where a billionaire made his home. Now, let's get back to our story. For those of you who are just joining us, welcome to the channel, where we unravel the lesser-known tales of history's elite. Today, we're diving into the life of John Davison Rockefeller, the man who pioneered the modern concept of a monopoly and amassed a fortune beyond imagination. At the peak of his wealth, his net worth adjusted to inflation would have exceeded Elon Musk's staggering $219 billion fortune. Rockefeller's path to prosperity wasn't paved with privilege. In fact, he started from the humblest of beginnings. Born in 1839 in a small village called Richford, New York, Rockefeller's early life was marked by financial instability. You see, his father was a traveling salesman, who struggled to provide for the family, often leaving them with little money and a mountain of unpaid bills. To make ends meet, young John had to take on odd jobs and assist his mother in religious activities. Despite these hardships, Rockefeller's mother, Eliza, played a pivotal role in shaping his character. A devout Baptist, she instilled in him strong religious values and a deep sense of morality. These teachings would profoundly influence the way Rockefeller conducted his business and managed his wealth. Driven by his experiences and guided by his mother's values, Rockefeller embarked on a journey to seek his fortune. With limited options, he decided to venture into the booming oil industry. In the mid-1800s, kerosene was a hot commodity, illuminating homes across America. Rockefeller saw an opportunity to build a stable business amidst the chaos of the oil rush. Starting small, he reinvested every dollar, relentlessly pursuing efficiency and growth. This led to the creation of Standard Oil, which would eventually control the majority of oil refining in the United States. As his empire expanded, so did his wealth. By 1913, Rockefeller was worth over $900 million, equivalent to over $26 billion today. Yet, despite his staggering fortune, he chose to reside in a modest house worth around $250,000 in today's money. This decision might seem baffling, but for Rockefeller, it was a reflection of his core values and principles. Throughout his life, Rockefeller held firm to his belief in fiscal responsibility and humility. He lived by strict principles, rising early, working diligently, and maintaining a simple lifestyle. His disciplined approach extended to his eating habits as well. In fact, he followed a regimented diet, consuming the same meals every day for years. Breakfast consisted of porridge and bread. Lunch featured a sandwich with lettuce, bread and butter, while dinner included meat, potatoes, and vegetables. He took these dietary practices so seriously that even his cooks had to adhere to a set schedule. Dinner, for instance, was served promptly at 6 p.m., with leftovers strictly off the menu. Any food not consumed during the meal was saved for the following day, a practice that might seem unusual, but was part of his larger philosophy of avoiding waste and appreciating simplicity. But don't mistake his frugality for stinginess. Rockefeller was known for his generosity, particularly towards his employees. He paid them higher wages than industry standards, and even provided benefits such as free medical care. His commitment to employee welfare was a testament to his belief in social responsibility and the value of human capital. Now let's shift our focus to another aspect of Rockefeller's life that might surprise you: his approach to family. Despite his incredibly busy schedule, he prioritized his relationships with his wife and children. He made it a point to attend school plays, sporting events, and other important moments in their lives. This dedication was a conscious effort to balance his business life with his personal responsibilities. However, this balance wasn't always easy to maintain. There were times when his business deals took precedence over family events. For example, he once missed his daughter's wedding rehearsal dinner because he was in the middle of a critical negotiation. Nevertheless, made sure to be present on the big day itself, demonstrating that despite his empire, his family came first. John D. Rockefeller's life was a tapestry woven with threads of ambition, faith, family, and philanthropy. He wasn't just a ruthless businessman or a reclusive billionaire. He was a man who navigated the complexities of life with principles, proving that one can achieve extraordinary wealth while remaining grounded in humility and integrity. Today, his legacy continues to shape business practices and philanthropic endeavors, reminding us that success doesn't have to come at the cost of ethics or compassion. So as we wrap up our exploration of the life of Mr. Humble Beginnings, we leave you with this: a challenge to emulate the discipline, integrity, and generosity that defined Rockefeller's journey. It is a call to action to strive for excellence in your endeavors, while staying true to your values and contributing to the betterment of society. And if you want to delve deeper into the world of history's most enigmatic figures, stay tuned by subscribing to the channel. We've got more captivating stories waiting to be unveiled. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and above all, keep asking questions. After all, it is through curiosity and a thirst for knowledge that we uncover the hidden stories that make history come alive.